One of the big issues with the Elantra Hybrid, at least, is that you can't have a hitch, at least without getting rid of your warranty. And one of the biggest pet peeves was that I can't transport my bike when I want to go bike riding. But I found a solution. The big issue is that this gap between the glass and the plastic trim is too narrow to fit a standard hook. And then this could get easily damaged if it were to fit. On top of that, the side hooks, this gap ain't big enough either. It'll just mar the paint. But the bottom hooks is fine. So I found this bike rack for $5 at Goodwill, but then after having to buy the things I needed to buy to make it work here, around $50. But let me show you what I had to do. Real quick, instead of having the traditional hook, which is right here, that hooks into the edge of the trunk, you get this big thing that's called a trunk saver, hatch saver, something like that. And what it basically acts is that instead of having that lip, it wedges itself between the door and this gasket. So you feed these through, and then you kind of go like that. That's kind of your getting set up. So let me continue. As you can see, it's fed through. Let's pull that through. Boom, locked against. Same thing with this one. Pull it through, locked. You can see once you get them in here, you just secure them to the strap as I normally would. This is a Saris Bones 2 bikes. So as far as I know, this is the method that works with this bike carrier. Now for the size, like I mentioned earlier, the hooks don't fit in here, right? So you actually have to get one of these little bone thingies that kind of feed in. Same concept as that. And let me show you. And as you can see, once it's closed, it's gonna look exactly like the top. Boom. It's kind of a tricky process, but the bottom hooks, they hook in normally wherever they're at. They're these, they hook in normally, so there's enough gap right there and meat. But you don't want to torque these down because this is, a little brittle. Cons of having a cheaper car, but yeah, like that. That's how it works. And I could transfer my bike, and I just have to finish the last hook. Let me do that right now. All right, after it all buttoned up, all the straps are put up. This is how it should look like: top, side, bottom, all snugged in. Top, side, as you can see, in. And bottom hook all tucked in. I use this middle one to line up with the camera, which would be the center. It does sit on my bumper and on the glass area, but it has nice beefy things. This is, like I said, this is a Saris brand. If you want to, I'll link everything I have here, the hatch savers, the actual rack itself. Every purchase you make through there does help me out. This is the first time I do that, but if you have an Elantra hybrid, at least 21 to 23, this will really help you out. Thanks, guys.